Hello everyone and welcome to another replay review, this time featuring the Sea Hurricane Mark 1C, kindly requested to me by Iris from the 7MD Discord server. I have a love-hate relationship with this plane. I think it's fantastic with an asterisk. You have such a potential to outmaneuver and force overshoots on almost anything short of a zero. However, you have to really make sure you're there in the battle on time, and you can manage these prerequisites, right? If you can handle using the right belts, stealth. These are not the right belts. You'll see how little damage it does here. Crit, hit, crit, severe, crit. Jesus, like what, 100 rounds, 160 rounds for that one guy? Crazy. Use the right belts with stealth. Stealth belts are the only belts that do very much damage. You'll see later on. You're able to hit your shots. Hit your shots, kid. Hit your shots. You can manage the overheating. It overheats terribly. I micromanage this a lot with manual engine control, maxing out my radiator to 100% and using about 95% prop pitch. And if you can force yourself to be there on time in the battle, and you can handle the terrible rudder that compresses really badly at anything above like 320 kilometers an hour. If you could do all that, this thing is genuinely extremely enjoyable. It turns extremely tightly to the point where I was able to make an I-16 overshoot on multiple occasions. If I'd have hit my shots, I would have had the kill on that I-16. P40 comes in here quick. Let's just go to the gameplay. Pulls into me. I'm going to pull over his nose because he's going down below me. Then I'm going to pull in behind him here. I'm just turning so much tighter than he is. He pulls into me. He pulls right in front of my guns here. That's what stealth belts will do if you're in, right? So yeah, if you can handle all that, this thing is fantastic. You can make I-16s overshoot given you do the right things. You can win head-ons because they won't expect your shots to come in. You do crazy amounts of damage, and this thing can be a little bit of a frag bus. A genuinely very potent frag bus. Given, again, you're in position, you're there, and you're able to hit your shots. It's the lovely little in-between of turn fighter that I actually quite enjoy. I don't find turn fighters terribly interesting unless there's something about them that isn't inherently easy to use. I don't find Spitfires or Zeros very engaging. This is my opinion. It's my opinion. Okay, it's personal, because they do quite a lot of they're quite easy to use, and I don't feel like I'm really thinking or doing anything very intensively. It sort of feels like I'm dreaming. Nice shot there on the Yak 1. P100 comes in. He's got a lot of energy behind him. He goes vertical, which is the right move. I try and follow up for just a quick shot because I felt confident, and I embarrassed myself in front of all of my family and my ancestors here. We're going to ignore that one, okay? That one never happened. Here we're going to try and bait him back down and encourage him to fight me, because that's what you're doing with the Hurricane. Is you're always trying to sort of like, oh, you want some? You want some? Well, I'll have you. Sort of deal, right? You want to encourage him to fight you and actually stick to you. That's what this guy does exactly. I bait him down, I pull into him, underneath him, forcing him closer towards the ground, making him commit harder for me than he needs to. Pull along his wings, then the other way when he rolls, over his nose, pull down for the shot, he extends. Lovely jubbly. Good stuff. I like it. I like it. Picasso. Good thing, yeah. Excuse me, that was horrible. Don't ever quote me on that. That was horrible. I'm sorry. But yes. I found it very frustrating, which is the hate part of the love-hate relationship, because I found a lot of the games just completely happened without me. That everyone would just go head-on with each other, crash into each other, and then there would be like 3 or 4 enemies left. And because I'm so slow, I couldn't really keep up with anyone to clean up properly. It's not a very fast aircraft at all. It's a very heavy. I call it a sumo wrestler. You're very heavy, but you've got hands. Here we're gonna go for a quick cheeky head-on. I kind of fuck it up, if I'm honest, but I'm able to get the shot when he pulls on for me there. Nice little severe. Yes. Winston would approve. But yeah, if the game just kind of happens at you, there's not really much you can do about it, but what I did to counteract that is I didn't let myself climb very hard. Climbed to like 330 kilometers an hour, so I was quite aggressive and sort of heading straight into the match. Again, disclaimer, don't always do that. If you want to be safe, climb at like 230 kilometers an hour. You can get to like 5,000 meters easily. We go for this F4U here, pulls the head on, I pull away last second, don't stick for it. P63 comes in, I'm focused more on the 63 at the moment because he has a better solution on my tail. F4U, I keep turning with him to make sure I can handle both at the same time. I forget that the F4U can turn in this sharply. Gets a nice little shot on my left wingtip. pull away from the 63 along his wings. I completely forget about the F4U, dementia ridden, I swear to God. Alzheimer's patient. There he is. Pull towards him. I know the 63 is disengaged now. He's extend upwards. There he goes, so I'm safe to focus on this guy. And I should have the shot after this last turn. There he is, just like the P-51 of the 63. Anyways, next game. You're able to force a lot of people into fights and finish them quite quickly because of how tightly it turns. I was so surprised with how well this actually manages in a turn. The only problem is a lot of the time you're fighting this rudder if you're at anything above like 330 kilometers an hour. It is such a palaver. It really is. But if you can handle it, you're fine. Quick little nifty head-on with a 109. Take out his oil. Going to pull him down and then pull him back up because I want to force him upwards. He looks very slow. So I'm going to go over him. Look at him, he's barely able to bring his nose to bear, so I'm going to stay above and behind him there. Pull along beside him, then bring him back up again, kind of got a bit more altitude to spare, a bit more energy, and I pull my full flaps to really go overhead here. And as he pulls in front of me slowly, I eventually get the shot here. There's nothing he can do, because he's an F model, he's not an E. The E would have been a much harder fight. But yeah, he's hurt, he's sad. If I don't fuck up the shot... Oh, thank God. Nearly fucked that up there. The wing mounted is not enjoyable half the time. Especially that close. But yeah, it's a plane to be confident in. And here's one of the examples where you can just frag out completely. You could just get kills if you're just there for it and they don't really focus you. Granted, you can do that in every plane, but this one makes it a tad bit easier with your ability to switch targets and turn tightly and just one-tap them. With very little ammo required. You can be quite conservative with your ammo, and you have to. Recently this thing got nerfed and they reduced its ammo count to 360, which is what, I think 90 shots per gun? Not that great, if I'm honest. Not that great at all, so it goes away quite quickly. Here I fuck up the head-on again. I'm not very good with head-ons still, I'm kind of getting used to them. I used to just never take them, I never felt them necessary, but with this thing I felt it was quite... Here he thinks he can out-energy me and extend, and he's like, oh wait, he's catching me, and he pulls in front of me. I don't know what he was thinking, but rest in peace, my guy. At least it wasn't Ike, right? Here, they're all below me here. Now, yeah, sure, I'm a turn fighter, but you can still take energy advantage. You can still take altitude, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to dive on the H-81, learn from my last mistake in the 109 video. Go for the target in the back. Nice little shot on him. 61 lines up in front of me here. Another couple little shots. Good night, Irene. Yak 1 jump scares me. Beneath him, but it doesn't stick for it, and Sakine is able to take him out eventually, even though I really wanted him. I didn't realize. So I look away and I look back and it's like magic. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. The black smoke. Anyways, going for the next highest enemy in altitude. DB3 is going attacker mode. I go for this guy, but this one's a little bit higher, so it's easy to get multiple shots in one. Multiple kills. So I pull away from him and then go for the I-153. A-to-G crashes. I-153 gets absolutely slaughtered by the Sakine. And I'm able to take energy advantage over this Yak because he's not going that fast. And I've got so much more altitude over him. So I'm just gonna... I don't need to take the head on. Just get on behind him. Right. That's all I need to do. And I'm able to stick to him here. Get a couple shots in. You have to be really conservative about ammo because it does go by so quickly. It goes by so quickly. The X7B on the Sakine. Rudder. Pulling down for him. Go for the shot. Rudder. Rudder. I pull more. Knife edge. I'm able to get the shot finally, but not without letting the Sakine die. I'm so sorry, brother. Yeah, the rudder's quite annoying to handle, I can't lie. If the rudder was like as strong as, say, the roll was, even though the roll's not that great, or say the elevator, this thing would be insanely good. Again, ignoring the overheating and the terrible speed. Here is a good example of what you can do when you force enemies into fights with you. These clips here are not exactly my highest kills games. I had quite an easy time getting 6 to 8 kill games, no problem. But it's, you know, it's not always about how many kills you get, it's about exactly how you got them. So this is what I'm trying to show here, the potential of this aircraft. And, you know, when you know what you're doing and you understand the aircraft's limitations and you understand the enemy's limitations, you can really take it quite far. So the individual fights here are much more entertaining, I believe, and much more informative. They got 2 P-38s, they're like butt buddies. They didn't fight anyone all game until the very end when I asked them to. Here's a P-51, goes to the head-on, take a quick shot, I fuck it up again. Oh, a little hit, that's fine. See, It's P-51C. He turns quite tightly, so I'm going to pull him down, pull along his wings. See his nose dropping, I'm going to pull above his nose. Wait for him to pull him up in front of me, because I know he will. And he does. I don't quite get the rudder on target. Anyways, he pulls in front of me, and he's just not far enough away or not fast enough, so... Nifty shot. And it's just a quick little reversal. He didn't have to stick to me, but when he does, I'm able to get the kill quite easily. Quite handily, as some would say. Yes. And now I'm just kind of looking for the next target. I want to look for the next toughest fight that's at altitude, and I want to go for this P-51 here, but I think he just gets handled by the Key 44, and I don't really want to tag team someone. I want a 1v1. Look at the P-63 down there, but he's low altitude, and that would be sacrificing my altitude when I could be fighting that P-38 over there. So, I'd rather keep my position right now and go for the P-38. Maybe I can find an entertaining fight. Oh, J-22. I'm gonna be honest, didn't even notice the J-22. Like, you'll see, I don't even look at him. I completely avoided him. my camera bounced above him. That's crazy. I didn't even realize. Anyways, we'll meet him later. Oh, look, P-38. Hopefully this fight will be interesting. I can bait him into energy traps or, like, bait him downwards. And I guess he forgot his monitor was off or something, because he kind of just gives me the shot. He doesn't even react, really. Anyways, I pull back down, and I hear an engine to my right. Who's that? Oh, it's the J-22. I completely, like, ignored entirely. Well, I'm going to gain my speed after I lost it for the P-38. I'm going to pull him down and pull into him, underneath him, forcing him downwards. And as I pull him downwards, I'm going to drop my throttle to make him overshoot a little bit easier. And just pull towards his belly. Roll opposite of him, right? Always pulling towards his belly or along his wings. My roll stiffens up pretty badly at speed, so I'm going to pull along his wings again, swap sides. Just being hard to shoot. And as his nose drops, I pull above him. Expect him to pull up, but I think his pilot G-locks out. He becomes unconscious. Fuck up the shot here. Rudder. Rudder. Fuck up the shot. And then he pulls up in front of me, which just gives... And then he pulls back down into me, which gives me the shot and the kill. And now I'm looking for the next opponent. And it's a couple of P-63s on the left. That P-38's been handled by the Key 44, I believe. No, F6F, actually. Good on ya. That'll be a video sometime. Actually, no. The F6F crashed into the P-38. Of course. But of course. Anyways, looking up to clean up the game, although I'm very slow, so I'm just going to do what I can. Look at these two P-63s here. Possibly 2 kills, but I think the one on the left is dead. He really looks like it. I'd be surprised if he isn't dead by now. I'm thoroughly surprised. He's missing a wingtip. I go for the other one. There, he's finally dead. A couple shots here. Kind of pulling in front of my teammates here. Not a problem. Get the severe. Pull away. Ah! 20 mil to my wingtip by the friendly yak. I appreciate his love tap, and I say thank you. And I fly it back to the base. This thing's pretty easy to fly back. Missing a wingtip. Either one. It doesn't really matter. I give it a good old belly land. Always want to land kind of fast, because if you go too slow, you're going to lose your lift, and you're always going to sink into the ground and explode. But yeah, the game's basically over. It's just those last 2 P-38s that didn't fight anyone all game. The other one tried to fight someone and crashed into them. They didn't get the kill, so I asked this guy to fight me, and he went for the head-on. I shot way too soon here. Way too soon. They're not going to hit him at all. Pull him down. He pulls up, which is the right move, but then he pulls down into me too soon, and then he pulls away, and I'm just like turning left. I didn't do anything else different here. He pulls into me, and then he pulls away, then he pulls upwards, and like, you know, I didn't do anything here. I just turned, and he kind of gives me the shot. So, thank you for the charity work. Really, I do appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Feeding a poor soul like me in my time of need. But it wasn't really necessary. Anyways, next game. Another great example of how well this thing can actually handle itself, given you're in the right position and you know what you're doing against the aircraft that you face. There's a lot of enemies over here, and I want to be quite aggressive with them, to be honest. So I'm kind of flying in and just seeing what happens. There's a lot of fuck around and find out to be done with this aircraft. But it kind of lets you. It definitely lets you. There's a lot of leeway it gives you. Nice head-on, finally! Finally. I did get a lot of those without footage, but it just wasn't necessary to show. 51 surprises me. Regular Mustang. Focus on the MiG-3 here. He's got a better solution. 51 nearly gets me there. I can't lie. I lost where he was. It sounded like he was above me. He's below me. So focus on him. Pull over his nose. He pulls to the left. I go to the right. He goes up. I focus on anyone else because I hear some engines, and it's AI. Of course it's AI. It's always AI. Oh, Grok, is this true? Pull under the P-51 as he gets for a shot. Force him towards the ground. Always force him towards the ground. His nose drops. Pull for the solution, just like the other two aircraft. Nice shot. It's the only round of the belt that doesn't do explosive damage. Of course, that's the one that hits. But he pulls in again right in front of me. I'm able to confirm the kill. And now I'm in a pretty poor situation, although I've got speed and I've got a Hurricane, right? Yak 9 above me, pull him towards the ground. Again, pull towards his belly. Watch him overshoot. Go into him. Go for the shot. Radiator, copious amount of skill issue. Don't hit that. It's all good. It's okay. It's all good. And I'm just sort of trying to secure a position close enough to a bunch of enemies so I can actually make things happen. So I chase these MiG-3, the MiG-3 and the Yak-9, but they both die before I can even get there. It's kind of what I mean by, like, the games just sort of happen without you. A lot of the times I was just chasing people because I wanted things to happen, but they didn't want to shake my hand, I guess. Let me shake your hand. You got soft hands ain't worked a day in your life, boy. Here I fuck up yet another head-on with the A20G, even though he doesn't really take it, so it kind of confuses me. Until the last second, he does pull for it, so I pull away, and he shoots like about 3 seconds late. There he goes. And here I go for the target furthest back, because I don't want to pull for the P-39 and have the LA-5 on my 6, so I go for the LA-5 instead, and fuck up yet another head-on, as you'll see. Wow! But I pull him down towards the ground always, and then I pull him into a bit of a wraith fight. Fucking around and finding out. I want to see if I can outrate this guy, and soon you'll find out I absolutely can. This thing turns so unbelievably tightly. It's kind of surprising, even without flaps, you barely ever need them. So you can see this guy's just dropping back, and I'm checking my 6, checking everywhere to make sure I'm not going to get a third partied. I would have won that raid fight if this Fokker 190 wouldn't have interrupted. And he pulls away, reverses his turn, which allows me in front of him. Yak 9 coming in, I drag him towards the ground, then back up, forcing him to roll, and then going in the opposite direction. Pull towards him, realize he's very slow, so I neg G underneath his nose last second. Always just pulling yourself out from in front of them. You don't want to go in front of them. LA5 comes in, doesn't target me. Thank you very much. How kind of you, good sir. Good sir, yes, thank you. Let me give you some rounds of my approval, yes, sir. Here we are, sir. Thank you. And that's kind of it. In that very, you know, shifty situation. Granted, I had a lot of teammates around me. That Beaufighter wants my cheeks. But either way, I was able to sort of hold on and manage and confirm a couple of kills. And again, it's not the amount of kills that really matters, it's how you get them. I fuck up yet another head-on against the Yak 7. He goes head-on, the B239 goes head-on, and the other B239 doesn't go head-on, and I'm able to get the shot here. I much prefer this angle. See? It's okay. But yeah. I really enjoy this plane. A love-hate relationship, because the games can go quite poorly. Not that you die or anything, but you just wouldn't get there to get the kills, right? It would just happen without you. But if you are there, and you are able to convince some people to engage in fisticuffs galore until satisfaction, then it actually is really fun. Here the J2A6 comes in, he's got 2 of the friendlies to worry about, and I think he just goes head on with one of them, pulls away, pulls over the Focke-Wulf, and I'm just able to pull for the shot, because skill diff, I don't know. I can't really be saying that though, because I missed like 7 head-ons this video. It's okay! We won like a lot of matches, so we were fine. And that's basically it. There's one guy left. Me and the Focke-Wulf go try and find out where he is and who he is. He ends up being some P63 something or other. I don't really know or care. And I ended up stealing the kill from the Focke-Wulf. Technically, I mean, hit your shots, kid. Hit your shots. You're bad. Not really, but I had like what 20 shots left, 24, and I'm able to snipe him. So, yay me. But yeah. I really enjoy this thing. I think it's quite good. Good with an asterisk, good with a disclaimer. Again, if you can handle its shortcomings, its poor roll rate, its terrible overheating issue, its terrible rudder, its low speed, and using the right belts, it's really, really fun. It's a P-39, not a 63, but this thing is genuinely enjoyable. It's actually my highest performing British aircraft in my entire profile now, out of everything that I've played, which is kind of insane to me. But no, I do love this thing, and I recommend you do pick it up if you want something that's a turn fighter, but is definitely more unique than your odd Spitfire, your odd A6M0. Nice little couple shots there. And I preemptively, I don't know, I just feel that the negative aura coming off of the one with this 190, so I start evasive. But if you like this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in the future, or anything else, and just, I don't know, knowing this is appreciated helps me make more in the future. Thank you so much.